Waigachi ka khalsa, Waigachi ki fateh. My name is Gursant Singh, and in this video, I will show how Trump's inhumane immigration policies are being enabled by Yogi Bhajan's SikhNet and 3HO Kundalini Yoga organizations. Now recently, longtime Yogi Bhajan disciples Shanti, Kaur, and Gurumustuk Singh of SikhNet, 3HO, and Sikh Dharma International have been caught flat-footed by the heat coming down on Akal Security over Akal's unabashed profiteering from assisting ICE, that's the Immigration Customs Enforcement Agency, under the Trump administration with the detention and deportation of immigrants who only seek asylum in the U.S. One can easily detect from the Yogi Bhajan disciples' statements in a recent Santa Fe Reporter article the Bhajanists' intent to conceal the extent of the ICE contracting with Akal Security. The Santa Fe Reporter quotes Yogi Bhajan disciples stating, and I quote here from Shanti Kaur, "The Sikh Dharma International team, which is supported by Akal, will take books and prayer books for the Sikh detainees held at the ICE El Paso Detention Center," end quote. Now to me, this smacks of white man's burden, proselytizing by Yogi Bhajan's Sikh Dharma and 3HO. If I had been incarcerated trying to seek asylum, I sure wouldn't want any handouts from my 3HO white-clad keepers. And exactly how many Sikhs are in ICE detention in El Paso, since Yogi Bhajan's Sikh Dharma seems to have access that others don't through their connections to Akal Security and ICE? And what's stopping SikhNet and 3HO from bringing more tangible items to all detainees there? Are the other detainees not 3HO-y, healthy, happy, holy enough? And I put a link to this Santa Fe Reporter article here in the description of the video. Now for SFR to use the Akal/Bhajanist quote, Akal has no involvement of any kind in the separation of children from their families under a new, now rescinded, temporary U.S. immigration policy, end quote, was pretty generous of SFR, to say the least. The most basic search would have rendered some healthy contracts between Akal and ICE, immigrant, detention, and transportation, not to mention Akal's 20-year history with ICE. And again, see these links that I put below, which show these contracts with Akal Security and ICE. And you can see them in the video as well. Up until July 1st, 2018, Akal's website stated under Homeland Security, Customer Story Homeland Security, Department of Homeland Security. Akal states on their website, as of July 1st, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, El Centro, California, Florence, Arizona, El Paso, Texas, and Miami, Florida. And Akal goes on to brag about how they assist with 700 officers, ICE, in these different locations, their detention centers. They say DHS officials consistently report that Akal's effective recruiting, training, supervision, and management programs have made a positive difference in supporting their national security efforts at all these facilities. So, again, Akal took this down, this particular bragging about working for ICE, just on July 1st. And we really don't know for a fact if Akal was actually assisting in the separation of these families that all of you have heard about there on the border. Akal denies that they were involved in that, but we really don't know for sure. We're just taking Akal's word for it. They had this posted on their website that they had 700 guards there in all these border states. So I'd like to see more proof if they're saying that they weren't assisting the separation of the families there on the border. And what about Akal Security's contracts with CSI Aviation, which Akal brags online assisting CSI in the deportation of immigrants for the Trump administration's ICE? And I put another link here to Akal's website where it talks about this relationship that the CSI Aviation has with Akal And again, they're bragging about how they do such a good job for the CSI Aviation, which is basically ICE's aviation. They call it ICE Air, the CSI Aviation. They have $500 million in contracts. In a December 6th, 2017 article in the Huffington Post, and I quote here, "For immigration crackdown proponent, deportations mean business." The author of the blog, Jeffrey K., shows how CSI subleases planes and crews from charter companies and subcontracts with the security firms to provide guards for each flight. One of these security firms is Akal Security, which profits enormously from the deportation of immigrants and their families. Federal databases show that over the past 5 years, CSI has received more than $383 million in contracts with ICE's Detention, Compliance and Removal Office for Air Charter Services. A 2014 Los Angeles Times story characterized CSI as the largest private contractor for ICE Air, with more than $560 million in related contracts since 2010. And there are some articles, again, that I've posted links to. You can check this out for yourself. Now, in a lawsuit, Alonzo versus Akal Security, and a subsequent order by the judge dated November 21st, 2017, and again, see the links in the description of this video, an Akal Security employee sued Akal while guarding immigrants being deported on CSI's planes. The lawsuit states, and I quote from the judge, "Defendant Akal Security employs plaintiff Alonzo as an air security officer, ASO, a position responsible for the supervision of deportees during flights back to their home countries." End quote. So the lawsuit shows indisputable evidence that Alonzo worked for Akal, and they were in the business of deportation, with 13 Akal guards on each of those CSI flights. As we have established, Akal Security subcontracts with Albuquerque-based CSI Aviation, which was the subject of a protest that was held on June 22nd. And I'll put links to this protest, and they talk all about how the CSI Aviation has $500 million in contracts, how their owner is this Alan E. Way. He ran for governor, and he's a big Trump supporter. So that's very interesting to read through all of that on how they staged this protest there in Albuquerque. Now, this is from the Santa Fe Reporter, Khalsa versus Khalsa. And I quote this report. It says, "Obviously, the Sikh Dharma Company isn't responsible for the more controversial policies of the biggest client, the federal government, but has proved happy to carry them out. For instance, Akal guards illegal immigrants on government-chartered flights from Tucson, Arizona to Mexico City, working under the deportation contractor CSI Aviation Services of Albuquerque." CSI was founded by former New Mexico Republican Party Chairman Alan Way, W-E-H. This year, Akal gave Way $2,000 for his failed gubernatorial campaign. So there you have it. Akal and all these Yogi Bhajan supporters are really involved in politics. And they gave $2,000 to this guy, Way, who makes billions off of the pain and suffering of immigrants. There also appears to be Department of Justice and FBI investigations into Akal and thousands of violations with respect to Department of Labor standards. And I, again, put a PDF which covers all of these complaints against Akal in the description to this video. Now, the reviews on Glassdoor, RE working for Akal Security, were for the most part pretty negative. Terrible management, sexist, racist, incompetent, etc. were most of the reviews talking about Akal's practices and being employed by Akal. The National Sikh Youth Federation has even rejected Yogi Bhajan's Akal Security defender Gurumustuk Singh of SikhNet and his spin on Akal's 15-year-long history in assisting ICE with the detention and deportation of immigrants. And you'll see some screenshots of this Twitter thread with Gurumustuk in there. He does a horrible job of trying to defend Akal. It is a height of hypocrisy that while Yogi Bhajan's SikhNet, 3HO, and Sikh Dharma International received millions of dollars in grants from Akal Security, for many years have profited off the misery immigrants and their families endure at the hands of U.S. government immigration policy. Sikh Dharma's Secretary General published this letter on June 20th, 2018, condemning the U.S. government for causing pain and suffering to immigrants and their children. There's a comment section at the bottom of the link. Please let me know if your comment is deleted. And again, I'll put this link at the description of this video, and please let me know if they answer you or what they say when you comment on their letter. So Akal was deporting immigrants on an industrial scale, while all the while in the business of keeping those guaranteed minimums at detention facilities full of immigrants as a means to justify their own contracts referenced in the Detention Watch report. And I quote this report. In 2016, Detention Watch Network and the Center for Constitutional Rights released a report documenting ICE contractors who profited from guaranteed minimums or contracts that stipulated signing parties would ensure that a minimum number of beds in the detention centers were filled with prisoners. The report describes Akal Security as having previously partnered with Akima Global Services to operate a detention facility near Buffalo, New York, on a 400 guaranteed minimum agreement in 2015. That same year, it also had held another contract with ICE in partnership with the firm Doyan that had a 500 guaranteed minimum agreement for an immigrant prison in El Paso, Texas. End quote. So these are all proofs how Akal is closely tied with ICE and making these huge profits from the pain and suffering of others. And I'll put all these links in the description of this video. Now that we have established that Yogi Bhajan's Akal Security is an unabashed profiteer assisting ICE and the Trump administration with the detention and deportation of immigrants who only seek asylum, let's see who really controls Akal Security and how these ill-gotten millions are funneled to a supposed peace-loving yoga group. Now, inside info leaked from within the Yogi Bhajan organizations show 3HO organizational flowcharts and financial reports how all Yogi Bhajan's for-profit businesses like Akal Security and all non-profit organizations like SikhNet, 3HO Foundation are in fact controlled by a 10-member board of Yogi Bhajan disciples labeled, quote, Siri Singh Sabh Corporation, as can be seen at the top of a flowchart that I'll put the link to in the description of the video. And you can see it also in this video that I'm playing here as well, this slideshow. The SSSC board controls all these Yogi Bhajan organizations like SikhNet, 3HO, Sikh Dharma International, and businesses like Akal Security. The businesses like Akal then funnel money to the nonprofits in the form of grants. And again, I'll put links to all of these flowcharts and documents at the description of the video. Through a web of legal maneuvering, Akal Security funnels millions of dollars to its Yogi Bhajan nonprofit partners, as shown in the SSSC, Siri Singh Sabh Corporation, Baisakhi report to the Sangat, January-April 2014. $2 million was funneled from Yogi Bhajan businesses like Akal Security to the Yogi Bhajan nonprofits like SikhNet and 3HO. At 25 seconds into a video, which I'll put the link to below, of the SSSC, Siri Singh Sabh Corporation Baisakhi report, April 2014, you will note the reference to the $2 million in grants from the Yogi Bhajan businesses like Akal to the nonprofits like SikhNet and 3HO. These are no small amounts of money. So you should all look at this report. I put that in this video here. I've also put a link in the description to this video as well. I am sure that now, in 2018, the amount funneled from Akal to SikhNet and 3HO is much more. So that report is from 2014, but it was 4 years ago. So I'm sure it's a lot more money now that 3HO and SikhNet and all these Kundalini Research Institute are all getting. Sikhs and yoga students must wake up to the fact that SikhNet and 3HO are doing nothing but enlightening their bank accounts through the pain and suffering of others. Do you really want to shell out more dollars to the endless donation campaigns of SikhNet and 3HO's infinite levels of teacher training classes and their tantric yoga / Satnam Fest scams? Thank you for your time. Again, my name is Gursant Singh, and you can write me. In the description to this video, there'll be comments there, and write me. I will be happy to discuss all of this with you or answer any of your questions. Thank you for your time. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.